Rates of psychological distress in young Australians is rising year on year, according to a new report out this morning. The Can We Talk report by Mission Australia and the Black Dog Institute tracked rates of psychological distress in 15 to 19-year-olds between 2012 and 2018. It found almost 1 in 4 young people are experiencing mental distress, with a 5.5% rise in the last 7 years. Young females twice as likely as males to face challenges. Turning to friends, parents and the internet were the top 3 sources for help. But sadly, 1 in 5 young people don't feel they have anyone to turn to in a crisis. How sad is that? Black Dog Institute Director and Chief Scientist, Professor Helen Christensen, joins me now. Professor, thanks for joining. It is so sad, this report. What's the major reason behind this rise in psychological distress?
Yeah, it is very concerning, and I think we have to recognise that Mission Australia has done this fantastic work and has this initiative. The reasons are, we're not sure. So if you think about what causes psychological distress, it's both the person and the environment. And we know people can't have changed in the last 7 years, so we have to look to environmental causes.
Yeah.
Is
the title of your report the answer? Can we talk? Are we not talking to each other enough, either through social media or we're too busy in our own lives?
I think it's actually a plea to government, parents and others to actually look at these data and go beyond talking about them. I mean, there is an urgent need to do something about this. The longer we delay, the more our children are going to be experiencing these sorts of problems going into the future.
Yep. A lot of parents would be horrified by this and they want to nurture their children, and they know so many of their kids' friends who are suffering from this and often leads to tragic circumstances.
Yes.
For parents, what's your advice to them to nurture your kids?
Yeah, so I think you've hit it on the spot there, that we perhaps aren't doing as well, both as parents and as a society, in looking after our kids. We've got to be aware of the information that they're receiving and have them in a position to be able to understand it better.
Right.
For example, Netflix, 13 Reasons Why, the data shows that in the US that led to a 10% increase in the number of suicides.
No.
Yes. And they did it by looking at natural trends compared to the new trends that came out after that was released. So information like that is not helpful, and kids should be in a better position to understand it. So information is extremely important, both good information and avoiding bad information.
So we need to shelter them and guide them through these issues as parents, sort of intervene a lot. Professor, some great advice there. Thank you for that.